Hey, spirit fingers. I'm just kidding. Hey, good morning, guys. It's Donald and Mary. And so this morning, we're going to start off with weather and water, and Mary's going to take it away from there. And then after, we're going to join together and tell a little bit about what's going on here in the mountains with the fire that was going on yesterday. What were rumors, what are not, and then a little bit of other trail chatter that's going on out here that we'd like to talk about a little bit and touch base on. So Mary, go ahead and take it away with the weather and water. Thank you.
Hi, Donald. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Right now in Blairsville, it's 43 degrees and clear. We're looking at a high of 67 today, and it's going to be sunny with winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. And we are looking at 38 tonight, clear to partly cloudy with winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then today up on Blood Mountain, highest mountain on the Appalachian Trail here in Georgia, it's going to be 56 and sunny. And then tonight, 39 degrees and mostly clear. Winds are going to be between 5 to 15 miles per hour with gusts up to 25 to 30 miles per hour. So remember, when you're setting up your camp, check for those loose branches, check for trees around you that might look a little shaky and loose from all the rain we've had. The wind blows them around. They can get knocked over pretty easily, especially the bigger ones. They don't sway and move with the wind. They just come over. So make sure you look around for that. Stay safe out there. I'm going to turn it, before I turn it over to Donald, water is awesome out here, so you shouldn't have any problem getting water. There's lots of water. I see it coming down from the mountainsides everywhere I'm driving out there. So still lots of water going on. Donald, I'm going to turn it on over to you now, and we can talk about some other stuff.
Okay, sweet, man. All right. And so the through hike registration, let's start off with that.
Yes.
So the through hike registration right now for Nobos, we're looking at 2,877. We are up from, we're up 39 from yesterday. Flip-flops, we're looking at 203. We are up from yesterday, we're up 5. And then these Sobos, we're still looking at the 4.
Yeah.
Water is absolutely, it's everywhere. Don't even worry about it, guys. It is just coming down.
That's right.
From the heavens, man. It's just gorgeous out here. God has blessed us with water right now. And definitely some gorgeous views. Okay, and so yesterday, I'm sure that everyone has heard about the fire dangers going on here. It is that time of year. People need to be aware that it is super dry out here, and those flames and the wind and the sparks and
a lot of dry fuel on the grounds everywhere.
This stuff ignites up like it's like you just said, like it's just dry fuel, man. It's just like gasoline or light or not. If anyone's messed with light or not, man, this stuff just ignites. Touch of a spack and you boom, the whole forest is on fire. That all being said, we are having issues we're having issues. I have not checked out what's going on exactly this morning with it, but yesterday between Dix Creek and Deep Gap mile 69 to 85, we did have issues. They were asking people to go around. We had issues there with fire. They were asking hikers to go around. We did receive a call yesterday from what we are not even sure if they were USFS or government worker. I'm not even sure anymore because we were lied to numerous times. Mary and I were contacted by one GATC member, which contacted numerous drivers, which I watched the drivers talk to each other and discuss whatever, and Mary and I joined in with our thank you and left it alone after that because we're on road anyways, and we had already discussed with other riders that we were pulling off trail already what was going to go on with them, and so we're taking care of our end of what we do.
That's right.
But in the meantime, when Mary got back, we were asked to go back out to assist with a couple riders down at High Tower Gap, specifically told High Tower Gap and We verified it, and this time we did not take any cash because we thought we were involved with the acronyms of the trail, which they still insist that they were. But right now I'm very disappointed in the way that they treated us, and I actually had to speak up to them and tell them that I was very disappointed in the fact that they took Mary's time, my time, Jordan's time, Sly's time, and asked us to assist them, to help them or assist them in removing people from the woods or extracting people from the woods for safety reasons. And when we got down in there, they told us that, well, they were not there, actually.
There was nobody there at all when I got to Hightower Gap.
An hour and 20 minutes later.
Right. So I contacted you, and we kept rolling home because there's no reason to sit there. No one was there.
And when I spoke to I called the person back that had contacted me. They pretty much blew us off like we were, did not matter. So I did say something to them in the most professional manner that a person can, and explain to them that because when I spoke to them, I told them that they were not at Hightower Gap because Mary is there right now. And they said that they had someone else coming, not to worry about it anymore, and blah, 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 blah. And then that is where I said, well, it does matter because now I can't get a hold of Mary, and she is down in the woods, an hour and a half, 20 minutes in the woods somewhere where I can't speak to her, and you're blowing it off like it's nothing now. And now that you've gotten your part taken care of, Mary and I don't matter anymore.
Right.
And so I asked him if he was USFS, like he said he was and presented himself as, and I said that, I thought you were an acronym of the trail, and we were assisting you on removing or extracting hikers from the forest because of the activity that's going on right now, which are the fires. And so we were led to believe by, which still says the hiker or the acronym of the trail, whomever it was, still insists that they were a USFS worker. So I want to say that I'm very disappointed that a USFS worker asked Mary and I around whatever time it was in the afternoon to get up, go down into the woods, assist them with an extraction to remove hikers from the forest, and when we get down in there, blow us off like we're nothing. And it's exactly what they did. And when I brought it up to them, they began to apologize, but an apology, they didn't apologize. I had to kind of like force the apology. Like they were finally like, well, I'm sorry, well, this and that. And it's like, well, you didn't say that at first. You just said, oh, whatever, we have someone else there. Well, Mary is now an hour and a half in the woods, stopped everything, dropped it all because you asked us to help out.
Right.
And here we are now where you don't even care because you have someone else coming. You're not even saying, it's just like, whatever, bye, like we're minions. And I had to explain to him that I thought that was unprofessional. I thought it was unethical. I thought that being representing or presenting themselves as a USFS worker or whatever acronym of the trail or whatever branch they work from, to actually use a business and then to kind of just blow them off like they're absolutely nothing and not even. It wasn't even about the money. This was about respect, and the fact that they took numerous hours of Mary's and my time that we were actually just about to eat and finishing our day from getting up at 2:33 a.m.
That's right.
And then being treated the way we do. And so that's why I want to go back to the acronyms of the trail and why I have been discussing the way that they treat the businesses and the other people that are involved in assisting. I don't even know if this guy was real. If you are watching my stuff, sir, That was super. His name was actually Andrew, or Anthony was his name, Andrew. And I have his phone number, and I've actually thought about calling his superiors today and discussing that was really just unprofessional. And I find that if you want to work with someone, have respect for them. Mary and I, our time is worth something. And it's at least worth I apologize. We've got other things, we did mess up. We sent you to the wrong gap. We don't know what we're talking about because I was speaking with the supposedly acronym of the trail. They had no idea what they were talking about. Literally,
Right.
did they? It was no, and it's too bad because you did end up there. Like, what happened?
Well, I left off out of here, just as you said, like we were getting ready to eat dinner. No questions asked. Let's go help out and make sure everybody is
Yeah,
safe.
because Jordan was doing
Jordan
his
was
thing,
doing
and
something
Sly
else.
was doing something
Right,
also.
so
So it's like, let's go and do this. I
I
apologize.
left up out of here, stopped, filled up the gas tank because I never want to get out there and not have a full tank of gas, because you can get out there thinking you're going to be there 5 minutes and things can go on where you're diverted around some other way or something. So always full tank of gas. And I got out there right about 7:45, and there was PM, yes, PM. And there was absolutely nobody out there. I was the only one out there, and I did a good survey of around, just making sure there was nobody coming down off the mountain, nobody leaning up against trees, because sometimes people just relax and wait for you. But when I was certain that there was no one there but myself, I contacted Donald, and he said, "Come on," because people were supposed to be there and they weren't.
Yeah. And then I started to actually find it strange that they were not there. And normally we take money up front, but thinking that it was the acronyms of the trail, that we could trust them to, when they make a deal, to be there when they make a deal, and not take someone's time and blow it off like it's nothing. And that's what they did.
Oh, to be quite honest with you, I'm sorry, I mean to interrupt you, but when I pulled up there, excuse me, I was expecting to see like a USFS truck or something and hikers around it, and I was going to speak with the person for a moment and see what other kind of help was needed besides these people, if there's other folks that needed to go, because we can carry 4 in our vehicle. So if there's others coming, others there that need a ride, let's get as many people out of there as we can. So I did expect to see someone there official, but again, nothing.
I'm gonna ask Brant, because Brant's on trail, and we just dropped him off the other day. He should be at Neil Gap within he must have walked through it, if anything. I'm also gonna ask Brett. I'm gonna call around and find out exactly. I am gonna call the USFS and actually ask what went on yesterday, because if that's a trick that someone's doing also, that's not cool either.
No,
I don't know what's going on, but yesterday's events did not make any sense whatsoever, and Mary did not get home till
I didn't get home till after 9.
Yeah, for no reason at all. It was about a 4-hour wasted trip into nothing.
And you know what?
And we don't even. And also, when I spoke to the person, Andrew or Anthony or whatever his name is, he had a California number. It's like Eureka, but not spelled Eureka. It was WAREKA or something, man. And I kept asking him, I'm like, so you are a government USFS official, you work for the, and he kept saying yes, yes, and it was like, well, why don't you know anywhere around here, man? That doesn't make sense to me, and so on. So
you know what else I want to say? Going down to assist, that's really cool, because that's what we're here for. We're to assist hikers. But in this situation, let's just say, because I did not see any smoke or anything to indicate fire down in there, and that doesn't mean anything. There could have been.
Correct.
But if it is somebody that doesn't know what they're doing or messing around, you also put me in danger.
Yep.
Because I could have gone into a situation that was way out of control.
Yep.
And I could have been out there all alone, and you know, I could have been put into danger myself. And, you know, here we were willingly just going down there to take care of people like we always do. So,
And so that right there actually is going to be changing some stuff up in the way we work, and it's unfortunate. And these are the reasons why we structure our business the way we do.
That's right.
Each movement, each thing that happens out here is a learning curve or a learning lesson. And we learned something yesterday, along with the other day where someone else's ride interfered with our ride because they're so loose and people are so loose and not organized.
That's right.
It actually interfered with our ride, and they still benefited from it and did not even blink twice or thank us or anything. It was just, and I find that rude.
Yes,
But
definitely.
definitely, that's something that I hope everyone is listening to and watching. And I don't want to badmouth people or anything, but that is happening. It happened to us yesterday, and it's unfortunate that it did, but it did. So. All right, next, the Blue Ridge Gap to Deep Gap is closed because of the uncontrolled wildfires. So anything up between mile 75 and 85 and probably further, why don't you go ahead and call around and find out what's going on at the Southern Nantahala District.
Well,
and
then we have this information right here.
the Blue Ridge Ranger District down here in Blairsville, Georgia is 706-745-6928 is a number you can reach the people at this Ranger District down here. Also call the Southern Nantahala District. And that was another thing I found funny when I spoke to these rangers. They kept telling me it was the Nantahala District, and I had to explain to them that this is the Chattahoochee Forest. The Chattahoochee and the Coney, and nothing they were saying actually made sense to say that they were actually some sort of like worker. It's like, I'm not even an employee down here, man, and I got this place like, I know more than you do, bro, and you supposedly work for them.
Right, I would think that if you're out here and you're covering your district, your area,
You're
well educated on what you're doing because you go about, I see usfs people out there all the time, and you know, they're going gaps.
It's
to
usually
gaps,
Jason too.
And, you know, they're out there doing their thing. They know where they're at.
That's right.
They know what they're doing. So I also found it very strange that this person really just did not know.
Yeah. Well, all right, man. So that's a little bit of weather and news and trail chatter that is going on down here in North Georgia right now. Definitely check out what's going on with the fires. Don't just listen online. Go ahead and start calling the ranger districts and stuff. And Mary and I will actually try to do our best and gather information on what is going on down here that's useful and actually is real. And,
That's right.
and so, yes, okay. And then, oh yes, and Jordan this morning hit a deer, actually. And so, what?
Well, he when I spoke to him, he just said, you know, it was like this, you know how they jump right out at you and you barely have time. He said he slammed on his brakes. I guess it kind of glanced off the rear end of the deer and did some damage to his bumper. Everybody's okay, but you know, that's startling. I mean, I know when I have those close calls with the deer, you know, it jolts you.
It does.
You know, we all have to be safe and watch for those glowing eyes. And like I said, they just jump right out. I'm convinced the deer hit you and you don't hit them.
Mary actually will know a deer is there like before the deer knows it's there. I'm not even kidding. This woman knows, man. And so it's also like throughout the years, Mary has a lot of miles out here. And so after a while, you just know where the deer pop out and where the crossings are. And you're just, you know, you're aware of it. It's just in your head, you know, this is that time of year, go slow through here. Be aware that there's deer down here. And so Mary has that all down pat. I actually hit a deer one year. Yeah,
and
man,
if there's one deer, Don't just let that go. There's going to be another one to half a dozen to a dozen behind it of all sizes.
Yeah.
So never just be good with one deer getting by you. There's going to be more.
Yes.
Going to be more.
That's right, man. That's right. All right, and so, so Jordan is all right though, man. He is rolling with our customers. Everyone's all good, man. And luckily, we are commercially insured too.
Yes.
So if there were an incident where someone did get hurt or someone, everyone would be okay.
That's right.
Anyways, because we got you guys covered. And the driver. It used to be the driver wasn't
That's
covered,
right.
and it was only the passengers.
That's right.
So that was back in the day. So Mary had no coverage, and the passengers did.
That's
but
right.
not anymore. They don't do it like that anymore. It's changed a little bit, so it's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
All right, next. I think that's about it on my end. How about you?
Yeah, that's about it. I got to get ready to get going.
Yeah.
I'm going out to Robbinsville today to the historic Tapaco Lodge. I think I said that properly.
Yeah.
And we're going over to Unicoi Gap for the Benton McKay at the Joe Brown Highway.
Sweet.
And then I'm heading out to Deep Gap to get some hikers out of there. So I'll have a little more info on the Deep Gap thing going on. And there's some stuff going on in the Joyce Kilmer Forest. There's some areas that are shut down, but I'm going to get that info this morning while I'm out there.
Yeah, get some good
as much
info.
as I can, because I was speaking with our rider last night, confirming everything up, and he was talking about canceling, but then it opened up to where he was able to get out on his hike. So we're going to get some info there, and I'll, of course, keep Donald updated, and he'll keep everybody updated as we move along our day.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
so-
Sweet, bro.
Yeah.
Sweet. Great info, man. All right, guys. I think we're good.
I'm great.
All right. Oh, if anyone has any questions, give Mary and I a call. One love. Thank you, guys. Peace.